Browns beat the Steelers 24-19. And if the win against the Ravens was a win for Jim Donovan, this was a win for Nick Chubb, who scored the go-ahead game-winning touchdown in what was an all-time classic game, not just for Cleveland, but also in the NFL world. It was a snow globe game. It was an incredible watch. I have never had my heart race so quickly before and nearly jump out of my chest. The defense was awesome in the first half. The offense and the defense faltered in the fourth quarter. But at the end of the game, both sides of the football made the plays they had to make, which is something we have not seen them really do much at all this year. Play good, complementary football down the stretch. And special teams just got the hell out of the way, which is all we needed from special teams. But let's start with the offense. Game ball emotionally goes to Nick Chubb. First time playing the Steelers since the horrific knee injury last year, and he scores 2 touchdowns. And that was an incredible thing for us to see, but it was 10 times more incredible for him to live, and that was great. I think the game ball really goes to either one of 2 guys, though. Jameis Winston or Jerry Jeudy. Jameis Winston from Birmingham, Alabama, went to Florida State, drafted to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, signed with the New Orleans Saints, experienced his first NFL game below 40 degrees. He looked like he was born and raised in northern Manitoba. The guy was incredible when the chips were down and they needed a touchdown. Converting on multiple fourth downs, keeping the drive alive. Jameis Winston, a stat line that will not do him justice for anyone that watched the game, in my opinion, might be the game of the player for a player of the game, for Cleveland. Myles Garrett's 3 sacks in the first half would prove to be crucial. It kept the Steelers at bay in a one-score game where every possession would prove to be costly. Jerry Jeudy, though, coming up back-to-back weeks with big grabs and really looking like not just a wide receiver 1 for Cleveland, but a wide receiver 1 for anyone. I mean, if any other receiver in those conditions had 6 grabs for 85 yards, we'd be praising them for what a tremendous performance and effort in snowy conditions. I'm watching Jerry Jeudy on a clutch third down, was it, early in the drive before he threw the interceptions? Before Winston threw the interception, jump over the defender, make a huge grab. Like, Jerry Jeudy has really blossomed the last 2 weeks especially into the guy the Browns traded for and gave an extension to before he even played a snap for this team. The offense, though, really got the job done when it mattered most in the fourth quarter. I mean, once the Steelers took that 19-18 lead, I wouldn't say the writing was on the wall, but pretty quickly, the thought that was in the back of our minds shot forward to the front of our minds, which was, well, that's the Browns season this year. Sure, they look good at times, but melted down in the fourth quarter, pack it up, let's head to the parking lot. Defense made a stop after not being able to stop a nosebleed. And then the offense driving down the field thanks to a shankopotamus punt from Corliss Waitman and Nick Chubb punching it in. I mean, thank God for the offense scoring. Otherwise, the defense would have had an all-time meltdown, and that would have been the talking point for the entire weekend. But instead, all I could think about is every Pittsburgh Steelers fan's weekend just got ruined. They have to think about this tonight. There's nothing worse than going to sleep after losing on Thursday Night Football. All day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. Meanwhile, the Browns practically enjoy a bye. Their next game is not until Monday night next week. 11 days off until they travel to Denver and take on a 6-5 Broncos team. This was a win this fan base desperately, desperately needed, with having nothing to talk about that was positive all year. And in this moment right now, you know what's the absolute last thing I'm thinking about? Draft pick. I don't give a damn about what pick the Browns are going to have next year. I'll trade all that away for this moment right here, because football is supposed to be fun. And this fall hasn't been fun. And if this is one of the 2 fun Sundays I get, with the Ravens being the other one and this one, because forget the Jags one, then I'll take that any day of the week. Let's go, Brownies, baby. More on this in just a second here. But first, I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor over at Prize Picks. It's the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks now offers Venmo for quick and easy deposits and withdrawals into your account this sports season. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. All of that information is in the comments and description of today's video. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. A couple of the numbers that really jump out to me here. Third down, time of possession, and yardage. If I told you before the game the conditions and just told you those 3 stats right there, there's no chance the Browns win that game. But what was the difference maker? Well, they were bad on third down, but they were great on fourth down. Total yardage, Steelers had 2 drives early in the game, fizzle out as soon as they crossed the 50-yard line. Chris Boswell missed a big field goal. I mean, if he makes that field goal, that first one, instead of being down 5 points at the end, they're down 2 points, and it's a very different outcome potentially. But the Browns defense, and Myles Garrett especially in that first half, put the clamps down. That was a defense that last week in New Orleans felt like they were going 75%. Felt like they were doing a walkthrough when the other team was playing an NFL Sunday game. On a quick short week of turnaround, they go out there, and in the first half, they lay the hammer down on an 8-2 Steelers team. So for all the concerns about Kevin Stefanski's job status and security going into this game, and the lack of effort we had seen from this team over the last 2 weeks, especially in the fourth quarter, this team went out there and played their tails off for Stefanski. It was a huge win for him. Didn't feel like this game would truly come down to a win or lose for Kevin Stefanski, especially in the weathery conditions. But Stefanski and this locker room were resilient. It's unfortunate that it's a little too late. We saw that so much last year, but I don't really care about it at this moment. 3-8 has never sounded so good before when you beat the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday Night Football. And by the way, you've now won 7 in a row on Thursday night. So the Steelers, offense, defense, made some plays in the fourth quarter to not just make it interesting, but to take the lead. But ultimately, I'm looking at 2 sides of the football. Jameis Winston with the ball in his hands, trailing by 1, finishing off a drive for a touchdown 2-point conversion, and the defense with an opportunity to make a stop to win the game come through. When's the last time this year we saw both sides of the team, both sides of the football execute like that? The Ravens for 1 game, and that's about it. Huge win just for morale and the mental health of everyone in Northeast Ohio. Is it going to have a snowball effect? Probably not. No pun intended for tonight's game especially. But for tonight and tonight only, and the rest of this weekend, yeah, I'll take this win every single day of the week, baby. Let's go. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woof, woof. And for Nick Chubb, by the way, of all people, to get this win against the Steelers, first time playing Pittsburgh since week 2 of last year, and to score 2 touchdowns in this game too, just a cherry on top of what was an awesome Thursday night. So if you're watching this video, by the way, and you were at the game, I want to shake your hand. You deserve a medal. So if you're watching right now and you were at the game, don't BS me. Scroll on down to the comment section, type me, because I love nothing more than boots on the ground, AFC North football in December in the blistering cold conditions, and you're out there acting like you got pads on, being the 12th man for this team. So salute to the Dog Pound, salute to everyone that was there, because for my nice, cozy interior studio, I was jealous, but I was proud of everyone there for being on their absolute worst behavior when the Steelers offense was on the field. Sub for Dubs. Keep the good times rolling right now. Browns beat the Steelers 24-19.